once again, my personal genius is misunderstood, by these people who are basically accusing me of wanting Sony to, manufacture discs for a handful of gamers. First of all, Sony lied about the 80% stat. They inflated it, and it's a manipulated number. It is not true. Second of all, the real reason that they want this is that, for whatever reason, physical sales are often cheaper. They want $70 essentially for God of War Ragnarok when you can buy a copy of it for $30 at a store at everything. Your accusation may be that this is a sign that the sales of physical are incredibly low, and I would say actually the peculiarities of retail create realities like this frequently simply due to the need for retail to move inventory. They will get desperate quickly if something doesn't move pretty much instantly. They can't sit around waiting for the right buyer to buy the game. And the thing with games is that it often is a game of trying to find the right buyer who actually wants the item, in particular and everything, because gamers all have individualistic taste. They all they all have a taste for, whatever it is they happen to like, and it's highly individual. It's down to the individual and everything. I love turn-based RPGs. Not everybody loves them, and everything. If a store has this and it doesn't get bought by somebody immediately, they're going to start slashing prices just to get it out the door and everything. And then I might come in and get a great deal on something that I actually value and everything, even though it's not for everyone. And, this is, a reality that's going on. I mean, they want to control the price of everything. But, the thing is that I am, the discussion that's happening in the comment section is coming at me as though, the eye roll discussion. It's like people are trying to say that this is the only thing that you're really frustrated about with Sony and everything. Like, you're just frustrated that they won't make discs for a handful of people. No, motherfucker. Have you even been listening to this channel for the past couple of days? I've been saying this for a while. Even before the announcement for physical, I've been pissed off at them for a while. I've been screaming, I don't want your fucking live service games. I find them to be extractive, exploitative, and that they want all my money and they want to bleed me dry for revenue and everything. They want to sell us the season pass. They want to sell us on top of that season pass cosmetic skins and all this other stuff and FOMO'd items and all of that. They want to manipulate us to pull money out of our wallets and take as much from us and bleed us dry financially and everything. The only winning move to make with a live service title is not to play and everything. And Sony is president. Their absolute president basically just came out and said that, they are committed to revitalizing their live service vision. So, if you're part of the Bloodborne fandom that I've mentioned and everything, in particular on this channel before and everything, I'm not part of the Bloodborne fandom. But, as I've said, again, I feel your pain. It's just for a different game than what you haven't had remade. I mean, for me, it would be something like, where is the remake of Xenogears, for example, at a fundamental level and everything. It's where, where I'm selling this thing not just because of the physical media phenomenon. That was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. But in order for there to be a proverbial straw that breaks the camel's back, usually a long sequence of alienation has to build up until something finally snaps. I've been upset with Sony for a very long time. As I said in my backstory about this item, this thing right you see right here, this box, this PlayStation 5 box, has sat unopened for 5 years because I haven't been able to find a goddamn game in the world that made it worth it to open the box, take it out of the box, and start playing. And you know what? When I looked at the list of the most highly anticipated JRPGs in the future, it looks like for the all the way out to 2028, there's nothing coming that is on brand and in genre for a gamer that has the taste that I have. Nothing at all. I feel, in a big way, abandoned by Sony as a JRPG, turn-based RPG enthusiast. I feel like they aren't even bothering to, have exclusives on their platform that might cater to my taste, which is a mistake Nintendo sure as fuck hasn't made. I've been kicking myself ever since I bought this thing, wondering why the fuck I bought it. And the only thing that I can come with as a justification is that I didn't expect this. I didn't realize that Sony was going to go in this direction of a live service shitstorm, and that they were going to try so hard to, have this live service shit shoved down our throats, even though we've been telling them that we don't want it, and then we're going to resist the cries for single player experiences, so fucking hard, no matter how much people came up here on YouTube and screamed at them as a company and everything and made their voice heard. It didn't matter, how much they were speaking out against it. Sony was going to do whatever Sony wanted to fucking do. Fuck everybody else and what they want, and everything. And, Sony has simply gotten too big for its breeches. It's been shafting its gamers. It's not been giving them what they've been demanding for a long time. And now they're fucking doing this thing with physical. This is just the final alienation. It really isn't the sequence of violations that Sony has made for years and years and years and years at this point, and the missteps. It's been 5 years of this shit. We've been making fun of them for 5 years with videos songs, where are the fucking games, and everything with it and everything. And 5 years on, I still don't have anything on this fucking piece of shit that I want to play. It's an overglorified paperweight to me and everything. I thought this was going to go down more like it did on the PlayStation and everything, when eventually games emerged for it that I wanted to play, or the PlayStation 2, where it just took a while for, things to come to fruition that I wanted to play. And now, now we have arrived here, 5 years on, and not a single fucking game that I'm interested in playing, and there isn't even a single one on the fucking horizon. I wasn't interested in Grand Theft Auto 6. I really wasn't. I wanted a turn-based RPG that was exclusive to this console. There isn't one. Not one. And I don't think there ever will be. So I'm done.